All right, we got an update video for Save the World and some upcoming leaks that are going to be added to the game very soon, and technically a 19.5-hour late daily video. I'm going to do that daily stuff at the very end of this video because I want this to be an update video first, but my excuse is that I had an unexpectedly sick girlfriend, I unexpectedly stayed overnight, and I had no guests. So this is the first daily video I have skipped against my will ever in nearly 4 years of covering this video series. So I think I've earned an unexpected sick day, but I'm still here. No days off means no days off. So let's start with the quest line. So I believe this was shown here. I'm gonna have a lot of Twitter stuff and a video from A1 because he covered a lot of this and he got there first and he does a good job. You should subscribe to him too. You should subscribe to both of us, you know, get everybody's opinion on everything. But the quest line is this. It'll be added to the game eventually. So if you want to look through this, you can. I'm gonna link everything in the description down below, including A1's video and all of these tweets. But basically, this questline unlocks 2 new heroes that we'll of course get into, and at the very end of it is a new boss fight that will no doubt rival the Storm King himself. It's a vending machine. So this is some footage of somebody who loaded up a private lobby. Don't do this if you like on your main account, people, just heads up. But he went ahead and got the boss fight going. It's a vending machine where you can shoot at it, and it has its own unique modifiers that we've never seen before. It has a trap immunity in this instance. It's got a rocket launcher resistance, so no discharger, no pot shot, no wrath, none of the strongest weapons in the game. Shotguns are probably going to be a good choice there, but he's using a pistol, and that's fine. So the purple weapons being used here, I don't know if this is a baby account just being used as a way to get the job done, or if you're not allowed to use your own weapons. I'm not exactly certain about all the details yet, but there have been some rumors that this will be a Ventures-only quest line. As far as I think Archer corrected, that should not be the case. I believe this is going to be a normal quest line, but then the final fight is in the Venture Zone, which just answered my own question. I'm tired, you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't sleep in my bed, okay? I just realized these are probably Venture's weapons that he's using. So if you're somebody who's gone through Ventures normally, you might actually be able to use better weapons, and I'm assuming this power level 5 is the mission that he's in, and it'll scale to the level you're in, because there have been quest stuff in Ventures before, but yeah, pretty cool. No doubt people are going to be trying to solo this over the Storm King. That's going to be the new best thing in Save the World, but since that quest line also unlocks 2 Outlanders, might as well show that, and I'm actually kind of excited about this. This might be the end of garbage heroes being here. Oh, by the way, as the day of this recording, you know, Star Trek, the sponsor's still in full effect. You know, download it to support the stream if you guys want to check it out, description down below, but that sponsor will end shortly, so I'm going to remove that for the recording here henceforth. So Mayhem is the first of the new heroes. Now, I did note that from the quest line, by the way. It looks like we're only going to get a purple copy of Mayhem, although thankfully we are going to get a legendary copy of the other, so we might have to spend some flux, but this might be a support hero. We'll see. Now, at first I thought this was a pretty unimpressive perk. What happens is you throw down a shock tower, and then it connects a line between you and the shock tower, an energy beam that damages enemies, and I thought, oh, that's kind of lame. And then it clicked. I realized, wait a second, that's not a temporary arc. If that's a permanent arc and you're just drawing a straight line, you'd basically be putting down a shock tower in the middle of a crowd of enemies, and then, where do I put this on screen? And then you're walking around that shock tower, zapping enemies. It says every 0.25 seconds. So, you know, 4 times a second, you'll be zapping enemies for 12 energy base damage is pretty bad for the end game. Her lead is 30. That might be good. At least it's energy, so it should be good against elemental targets, but there are a couple of other things. Now, I will mention a hero buff first because it's relevant. Archer mentioned that Trailblazer, a hero we never talk about, used to buff Shock Tower. Did they buff him again? Because I think buff tower, the Shock Tower duration used to be half a second. Oh, in support. Now it's 1 full second. So an extra half a second to enjoy that beam. It's not nothing, but it's close to it. Maybe it'll be better than we realize. A half second is like 2 more zaps of that perk, so I'm not sure it'll be a big deal, but that exists now. Maybe you can put him in the lead for 2 extra seconds of zap time. It's not huge, but the other hero synergizes rather well. Madcap is, by the way, another reskin BR skin. I'm happy about that. If Save the World developers can spend less time designing new characters instead of, you know, improving the game, I'm all for that. I don't mind that at all. I think using recognizable pre-existing assets from BR that are fully modeled and everything saves our Save the World developers a ton of time to produce perks like this. Teddy creates a spore cloud when attacking new targets, and those spore clouds cause affliction for 2 seconds. So I assume whenever a Teddy hits a new target, a puff of smoke or a cloud will happen, and that'll do affliction damage, which is kind of cool. That'll give the Teddy some really good crowd clearing, and obviously synergize very well with Jilly Teacup, because she, if I can go and find her just so I can show her perk while I talk about it, has the ability to malfunction where it'll hit a new target after every single shot. I feel like Jilly needs to be involved in any build where Madcap is around because, you know, 5% chance to malfunction, and Teddy shoots fairly quick. Do we get a rate of fire on this? Teddy fires 4 shots per second. So over the course of 5 seconds, every 5 seconds-ish on average, if that's 5%, you'll just have the Teddy hitting everything in range, creating spore clouds everywhere, and that'll be doing affliction damage, which is actually pretty good. This might end up being a pretty sizable buff to Teddy and Shock Tower, and could be pretty fun. I think all of the Cyberclops heroes, all of the Cyberclops mains out there would be really happy to see this. So yeah, we got 2 new heroes. We've got a vending machine boss and a whole quest line to go alongside it. Plus we have a buff to a pre-existing hero that synergizes well with another pre-existing hero. That's 5 reasons to be excited right there, and the fun continues. I mentioned that I would be referencing A1's video just because he got some really good gameplay of this. Again, link to his video down below. Get him some ad revenue. I hope he's okay with me borrowing this footage, but Slurp Juice is in the game. I pinged in Discord. I confirmed. Oh, I got his audio going through his beautiful voice. I'm going to talk over it, but yeah, the Slurp Juice heals you at a staggering rate. This is almost some health every single second, which is insubstantial in the endgame. This might be exclusively helpful to new players, and in his video he ascertained that it doesn't give you shield. What I confirmed from Discord is that when your health is full, it'll move on to shield. I have not played BR in a long time. I've not played it regularly since like season 4, chapter 1. So remind me, you guys, did Slurp Juice used to do that? I'm pretty sure it did. I think it filled up your health and then it filled up your shield. So that might have confused A1. Sorry, man, to call you out, but I do believe that's how that works. I don't think I'm calling him out. I'm just correcting mistakes. So yeah, I haven't used the item in game yet, so you guys are gonna have to correct me if I got that wrong, but kind of cool. Definitely needs to heal more. They threw a joke in there in the description of it. He showed it where it contains 1% juice. I think it should heal maybe 1% of your health every half second, because even if it's 1% per second, that would be 99 seconds to get to full. That's slow. That's really bad. That's like Saurian Vigor bad. I don't know. It's an item that you can, I think, just loot. So it's not even like you can rely on Slurp Juice. Maybe you're meant to just find it randomly and then use it. But it's a legendary item that can appear randomly, and that's worth something. I feel like it's healing like a blue item. I don't know. These are all opinions, but Slurp Juice does exist, and you can use it today. So we got that going on. And I didn't mention this earlier, but it is a note that's important to people. The Outlandish Oddities questline will have audio. I have never really cared about that, and here's my reason why. I've never disliked the lore of Save the World, but Ray tells me how missions work every single time, and I don't like it. All right, A1, I'm gonna borrow his effort here again. And these are what the voices sound like for Mayhem and the other guy.
Silly little songs while they run and get yelled at in their underwear. Trust me, weird is their native language.
Her standard perk is called Crossfire.
And then the other one should be over here.
Your logs, your best logs.
So I'm actually glad.
All right, so there's a sped up version of what it sounds like. Again, I want to borrow bits of his video, but I do want you to go see his video for his work. I don't want to just steal all of his editing, because you guys know I like my one-take recordings, for better or worse. So that's it. We got a new map for that boss fight. I think it looks a lot like the crater from the Carbide questline stuff, but I don't mind that either. A touched up old map is fine by me. If it gets the game moving and it gets us cool things to do. Again, rivaling the Storm King is what I'm hanging my hat on. And then we got some more artwork from Archer. He just isolated the details here, so we got some new icons that will be useless to you guys. These are not banners, this is just the in-game stuff, but as a content creator, I will be happy to use that in thumbnails, and pretty cool overall. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just about everything. I do have one more note, and it's less exciting, but it is a thing that people probably care about. A new bundle. So Scrapper Kyle is available through Fortnite GG. You can at least see the 3D image here. It won't be in-game or anything until it's out, but it'll be a paid pack more than anything. So yeah, he'll have a back bling and a pickaxe, and of course I'll make a proper video on that once he's out. I usually do. And finally getting a Kyle skin. One of the main characters of Say That. I have always felt like Kyle Kyle is like the mascot for Save the World. I'm pretty sure technically Ramirez is, because she's like your lead person. That's the first one you see. But Kyle is the most Save the World character I can imagine. He's a big, bulky constructor. We're building defenses in nearly every mission. It just makes sense. So the fact that it took him this long to get a skin from a starter pack is, you know, some people complain about that. I can appreciate the fact that they've gone through a lot of different avenues. We've gotten Ray and Lars and everything else that I keep forgetting. Deimos. I keep forgetting he was a starter pack character. I keep getting it mixed up. He was crew pack. That's what I keep getting corrected on the comments. Anyway, that's all the things. So, okay. All right. I don't know who needs this 20 hours late, but there are some new things in VR. It feels pointless to cover it, but I'm here, you guys. I'm here. If you guys want to keep watching, I appreciate it. If you're even going to keep watching this, check out the game. Link down below. Star Trek. Fun game. All of these goals are like donating to my channel. I really do appreciate it. Check it out. Make the sponsor happy. So, all right. So I think the Cybertruck bundle is the only new thing. I don't think the Cybertruck is new at all. It's a lot of Lego stuff and music things, so I don't really feel the need to talk about it too specifically. But as to not fall behind on creator code uses, I might take the advantage to say thank you. I did already show the V-Bucks through this, but I'll hop into the missions in a second. Description down below, I'll timestamp everything so you guys can skip around at your leisure. As usual, if you use code Mista at your checkout, I'll get 5% of your purchase in real life dollars. That's another way to donate to my channel without actually spending any money on me. You'll be spending money on V-Bucks, presumably, or getting them for free from Save the World, and then spending that in-game. That's kind of what's happening there. But if you ever want to support me during that process, a lot of people like to do that. So thank you, everybody, for using my code. If you ever want to show pictures of your dogs here, I'm all for it. Again, I think I already showed these ones. I might be re-showing some of these, but, you know, getting some extra appreciation for you guys. No big deal. Again, you guys love to just send me this awful imagery. You know, retractable spikes might still be good. I don't test them often, but, like, they've never impressed me, and broadside shooting off into nothing is just a disgusting, disgusting mess. You know, kitty sleeping on a couch. Thank you. It's like we get some eye bleach after that. Oh, and a dual monitor setup. I dig it. We're going to make that triple, but is that a dual PC setup? Why do you have two keyboards? If that's a dual PC setup, then all right, you win. You win. I got you. But yeah, send it to me and Archer again. Photic likes to do that. Now, yes, this is a creator code channel. If you're going to post the crappy builds, there does need to be a code associated with it. If you just want me to see the crappy builds, you can ping me and say the world chat or whatever. But do be sure you got at least some kind of redeem going on in here. Now, I thought about renaming this channel to like sponsor stuff. You guys know I take a lot of sponsors. It pays the bills. You can imagine that the ad revenue from Save the World, not exactly killing it. I'm pretty sure ad revenue is like my third revenue source at this point. Like, it's not even, so I take a lot of sponsors, and if you guys ever want to, you know, accomplish any of the goals from Star Trek, I closed it, but and put it in here, that's totally fine. I'm all for that. And you know, cool room, by the way. Do I have the honor to be the first Switch Lite creator code? You might be. I don't track the devices that people redeem codes on, but Switch Lite feels like a new one, so I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Mayhem broadsides shooting up a ramp. I mean, at least there's a bank. It's not ideal, but you know, Emerald's sending some love over there. It's not ideal, but like, damn. Lego Force Awakens, yeah, you were one of the giveaway winners. That felt so good. I liked giving away all those Lego games. That was a fun time. And honestly, it's been cool seeing the feedback. I think it was Wizme. I get Wizme and Maple mixed up, and it's annoying me. I think both of them have been enjoying their games as well. Like, actually playing them, because that was the idea. Giving away those Lego games was me saying, all right, I'm probably not ever going to touch these games, or I already had the game myself. So passing that on to people in the audience that might actually enjoy the game, as they have been, is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Watching Nemesis Whipping, yeah, watching my video while you're playing the game. I like to think I'm a good companion to a gaming session. A lot of people zone out, grind ventures. Thank you, everybody. Use them your main account too. And with Archer, love it. A lot of people, you know, grind and save the world. Sometimes the game doesn't demand your immediate attention. Sometimes you're in an evac mission and you've prepped the defense and you got all the quest stuff around the map and you got 2 minutes to kill. That's terrible. And my videos are great for that. I do have a lot of longer videos on the channel as well, in the hours. So if you guys want to throw those on, that's a great way to entertain yourself. All right, missions. I have not prepped the good missions in advance, but I'm going through it anyway. So we can obviously knock out the V-boinks because, you know, it's essential to everybody that I show them on the map. We got an easy evac in the 108 zone. If you guys want to queue that while the rest of the video... Okay, that only works in the beginning, isn't it? Well, anyway, you can still queue it now and get that going. And then, of course, the harder mission you're going to want to save for later. Give this your full attention. That's the power level 9 zone in Stonewood. It's there if you can do it. Most people can't. You're probably going to need a group of at least 13, but 25 V-Bucks or extra tickets if you're not a founder are waiting for you. I guess you do get extra tickets regardless, but you know what I mean. So that's there if you guys want to tackle it, but good luck. Super Range Llamas should not be purchased pretty much under any circumstances. There are some fantastic base game weapons, but they're all regularly available in missions, so don't waste 1,000 extra tickets unless you see the Xenon Bow or the Vacuum Tube Bow. Those are the only 2 base game weapons that are available through llamas and not missions, to my knowledge. There might be exceptions, but those are 2 fantastic S-tier weapons. Like, no Save the World player's inventory is complete until you've got a Xenon Bow and or a Vacuum Tube Bow, and I think we can all agree on that. So, yeah, what's going on, Adventures? Let me just check this stuff live. We're going casual, since I doubt anybody's even... If you're watching right now, it's not because you need the missions. It's like, this is the latest daily video I've ever had. I am functionally recording 2 daily videos today, which is honestly hilarious. Healing Pad Adventures, great for healing. Gas Trap does damage. Broadside does if you place it properly. And now that I've learned... Oh my god, this is still... It's making me crazy. We tested it. Wall darts don't pierce. I always knew that the 6 darts functioned individually, meaning they can each have their own chance to crit, and each of the 6 darts can hit a different target. But that always gave the illusion that the wall darts were piercing. They are not. So the fact that broadsides can actually pierce multiple enemies, they do need to be facing each other. They're less flexible. I don't know. The broadside versus wall dart argument is really undecided in my brain. It's interesting. Razorblade, very good AR. Assassin Sarah, very good hero, even purple. Drop Trap is a great trap. I mean, there's like a lot of good stuff you should pick up today, and I can at least show the rest. 4x perk up in the Cat 4. Then we got the, let me see, the Survivor somewhere in here. There we go, the one and only available today. Actually, it's funny. It's not just one legendary Survivor, but it's all blues and 1 purple. Okay, I messed that up, but you can see at the very top here, like, it's all blues and 1 purple. I don't know how many times I've ever seen that. 4x reperk and the 144 player. Then we got 4x drops of rain up there as well. And I'm like triple checking. Did I show everything I had planned? Yeah, I did. I got all the tweets showing you guys. All right, sweet. I'll have to fill up the description. I'm just keeping those tabs open and confusing me at the same time. Let's go check in on Twine here, see what's going on. Let me sort this by power level. Cav, you're killing me. Okay, all right, good. Let's see. No 4-person missions and player came out of my mouth at the same time. Wall Dynamo, another contender for a fantastic wall trap because it hits about as hard as wall darts, and especially being energy, it can be better, and especially nature and water missions, Wall Dynamo should be well used. But they only shoot 1 tile out. Granted, they do have a wider sphere. It's really interesting because broadsides and wall darts, both, like, if you consider the full wall, they're basically my 2 fingers in the middle here. Like, it's a little different than that, but you know what I mean? Only like 80% of the actual wall is being well utilized by the broadside and the wall darts. Anybody who's ever trapped a trap vulnerable mini boss knows exactly what I'm talking about. When they're in the corner of that box, and they're in the corner, they barely get hit. When they're in the middle, they take significantly more damage. So the Wall Dynamo, it shoots like out, you know, like it goes out from the sides. It actually has a very good coverage on that front. So it's interesting. Wall Dynamo only hits once, but it has elemental advantage and quite a good area, and it can hit multiple targets, so it's interesting. 4x Lightning in a Bottle in the 94-4 player, and I don't think I'm missing anything along the way, so let's just keep on going on here. There is a one... Okay, so we got 4x Eye of the Storm and 4x Perk Up in the 116-4 players. Again, I still don't know who I'm talking to. Wall Launcher in the 124, really good for pushing enemies around. 4x Perk Up with the 124-4 player. 4x Reperk in the 132-4 player, and there's a Tar Pit up here, another fantastic trap. Stopping smashes in their tracks. That includes mini bosses. Very, very good. Watching a smasher charging towards your walls get stopped by a tar pit. Very satisfying. 4x Perk Up, 4x Eye of the Storm, and 4x Perk Up in the 140s. All of these are very good if you need these resources. And the 160s are pretty decent. 3 out of 5. 5x Lightning in a Bottle. Super easy mission in the Ride the Lightning. 5x Reperk. Harder modifiers. And then 5x Reperk. You could run any one of these 3 10 times if you wanted to get your supercharger this week. That would be a fairly easy way to spend your time, in my opinion. Even with like Exploding Death Bomb, Healing Death Burst, Repair the Shelter missions are generally pretty easy, so it's not even a big deal. Then we got 4x Drops of Rain in the 52-4 player, and right next to it, there should be somewhere in here, yeah, another Sitting Drop Trap in the evac. Not a fun mission, but you can go ahead and run that if you really need a drop trap in the lower level missions. We do have a healing pad somewhere in here. Again, good for healing you. I've been recommending these a lot lately, because you can only hold 8 coconuts nowadays, which for some people, that's a problem. And healing pads don't really use resources that are contended for anymore. If you think about it, like, gas traps were the only thing that seriously demanded fibrous herbs and bacon, but it is now currently I would put it above the zapper. I am not an endurance player. I don't value critting on smashers and regular missions. I still think the gas trap is a notch above it in usefulness, but that still means you're using the electric field and the tire trap almost exclusively over it. My point is, the gas trap doesn't really have a dedicated place in an arsenal anymore, so most players who don't use gas trap should have a lot of bacon and fibrous herbs just laying around. And who's using flowers other than healing pads and campfires? So campfires using twine and planks, which is a highly competitive resource. You've got ceiling drop traps, you've got wall darts. A lot of people use the floor spikes to slow enemies down. You do not want to be spending carved twine on a basic healing trap. So the fact that the healing pad can give you a substantial amount of healing, it can fill a hole that the extra coconuts might have in some place, and use resources that might be filling up in your bag. I am a big fan of healing pads nowadays. They are just cheap. Like, they're actually cheap. If you have a hard time surviving in a build, you probably have the ability to craft more healing pads than you realize. Like, I'm one of those people who always tries to save my ventures resources because I act like farming is difficult. When in an ironic situation, I have plenty of videos showing exactly how easy farming is on my channel. So yeah, even in ventures, you should be able to craft healing pads, no problem. You just search bushes and you're good to go. So yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. The latest daily I've ever recorded and an update video in one go. Thank you, A1, for making your video. Again, nursing a sick girlfriend. I have been totally checked out, but no, that's not going to be better right away. But at least for now, I got the video done. So that's it. I'm out of here.